Welcome, everyone. This is our weekly ADHD and Addiction Recovery peer support group, hosted by the ADHD Empowerment Meetup community and chat of Greater Los Angeles. We're so glad you're here. A warm welcome to all of you. Feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat and let us know where you're joining from and how ADHD addiction and recovery play a role in your life. Our mission is simple: to try and provide evidence-based education and peer support to the ADHD community. We've been running peer support groups for nearly a decade, creating spaces where people can connect, learn, and grow together. This particular group is a part of that effort. We also host over 20 other meetups per month, including our long-standing Sunday night ADHD and ADHD adult group. Most importantly, today we're all here as peers, sharing what works and offering support and learning from one another. We offer a variety of free online peer support groups for adults with ADHD, adults navigating both ADHD and addiction, adults with both ADHD and chronic illness, young women with ADHD, parents of ADHD children. We also host weekly meetups for body doubling, co-working, journaling, and meditation. Plus, we have a private Discord chat community where you can connect 24/7. If you want the link, just ask in the chat. You can find all of our upcoming events on Meetup. Visit chadla.org for a direct link to join. We believe ADHD education and peer support should be accessible to everyone, which is why all of our events are donation-based. As a nonprofit, we rely on donations and memberships to keep things going. If you're able, consider making a $10 or $15 donation using the link in the chat or the QR code on the screen. You can also join using the last QR code on the screen. We would love to have you as an official member of CHAD. CHAD is the premier ADHD education, peer support, and advocacy nonprofit in the country. To make sure everyone gets the most out of tonight's session, here are just a few guidelines. Raise your hand in Zoom if you'd like to speak, and we'll call on you in order. Please keep yourself muted until it's your turn. You can use the chat to share thoughts, questions, and resources, but please just keep it respectful. If you'd like to DM someone, please ask for consent first. Respect confidentiality. What's shared here should stay here. Try using I statements when sharing instead of offering advice. So that might sound like, in my experience, versus you should. There's no pressure to speak. Listening is just as valuable. No smoking or drinking of alcoholic beverages during the meeting. And lastly, we really want to encourage you to have your camera on to help create a sense of connection and engagement. Many attendees have told us that seeing the faces of other attendees makes conversations feel safer and more natural. That said, we understand that everyone has different needs in this community, so cameras on is a request and not a requirement. Before we dive in, here's a brief overview of ADHD. ADHD is a lifelong neurodevelopmental condition that affects the brain's executive functions and delays social-emotional development. These functions are crucial for completing tasks, and they're impaired in individuals with ADHD, leading to challenges in self-regulation and self-management. Studies show that untreated ADHD can significantly decrease life expectancy by up to 13 years. But there is hope. With a proper diagnosis and a holistic treatment plan, outcomes can drastically improve. A holistic treatment plan includes ADHD education, skills training, medical treatment, and peer support. The benefits of proper diagnosis and treatment are truly life-changing, helping individuals manage symptoms, enhance their quality of life, and achieve their full potential. Let's take a deeper look at executive functions. These functions help us manage and regulate planning, decision-making, learning, judgment, emotions, and actions. For those of us with ADHD, coordinating our executive functions to provide the right attention, focus, and effort can be extremely challenging. This can lead to trouble in so many areas. Although our executive function is impaired and delayed, it can still absolutely be strengthened and developed. You can think of these skills like a muscle. So along with medication or other treatments, executive function coaching, occupational therapy, or creating systems for how you accomplish things can all help. For more details, and if you can't see the slides as well as you'd like, visit our YouTube channel or access the slides in our Discord group. Research shows a higher prevalence of ADHD among individuals who are seeking treatment for addiction. Estimates range from 15 to 40%. And the key reasons for this include impaired executive function, leading to impulsive behavior and increased likelihood of addictive behaviors, self-medication, using substances to cope with the challenges of ADHD, which can create dependency, dopamine dysregulation, which means seeking out activities or substances that boost our dopamine, increasing our susceptibility to addiction. Impulsivity, acting on emotions without considering the consequences. And lastly, co-occurring mental health conditions. Using substances to cope with conditions like depression or anxiety is really common and can lead to dependency. So that's about it. Thanks for listening. Right after the video, we'll explain how tonight's meeting works, and we are so glad that you're here.